already know what it is. It's Barbershop Conversations. Hit the subscribe and the like button today.
His first card just means everything to me. It was great. It was a victory for both of us. I think we both enjoyed it the same, and it's back. And like you said, there were only a few people that believed in me, and he was one of them. He said, "Abner, I'm here with you 100%." My first defeat against Gonzalez, he went back there. He hugged me. He's champ. You know, nothing. Asked me if my old manager or promoter went back there. No, but you know, those are old stories. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, I have a great team now. I have great people behind me, and you know, I'm only working harder.
Canelo Chavez Jr., your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a great fight. You know, people are saying that Canelo has the advantage. I believe he does. He's got the momentum. He's got the youth on the side. Maybe a little bit more speed. But nevertheless, Chavez is a heavy-handed fighter. He's bigger. He could take a shot, and Canelo hasn't fought a big guy in I don't know how many years since he's been making these guys move up. You know,
so never.
Yeah, pretty much never.
Maybe you've already answered this question, but you're working in the gym with Mikey Garcia.
Of course, yeah.
How do you like the way Mikey looks right now?
He's looking better than any other fight, because he's taking this fight just that serious. But I mean, anyone that knows boxing knows that Mikey is a great fighter. You know, he's a tremendous skill fighter. He's always a hard worker, and if anything, he's worked even harder, and he's more exciting because he's fighting. He knows he's got a tough opponent in his next fight, and I think you're seeing the. We already saw the reborn of Mikey because he was absent for so long. But Saturday night, you're going to see a different Mikey Garcia.
He said he's never been away because he worked out every day.
Of course. But not to him, yeah, he feels that way. But to the people, he has.
Right.
But I think he's going to make a statement come Saturday night.
You mentioned briefly, you said your ex-promoter wasn't in there, as if Richard Schaefer. Can you speak to the fact of Al Heyman helping your career, and two, in those emails last week, the Ring TV correspondent said that Al Heyman is ruining Abner Mares and Leo Santa Cruz's career. Can you speak to that?
Look at me, man. Does it look like a guy that's been ruined, that's going bad through bad times? No, man. If anything, I'm in the most happiest lifetime right now, and as in person, as with my family, and in career. I tell people, and this is how I'm gonna put it. It's like how I started working at a burger place, McDonald's, and now I'm working as a lawyer. So I mean, I'm just telling you how big of a difference is pay and the place where I was. Back then, I was a man, you know, selling burgers, and now I'm a man, you know, with the suit inside. That's all I gotta say. That they treat me that much better too. They treat you like a person. Back then, they only treated me like I don't know, not like Canelo. They'll tell you that much. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I got a great team. I got a great advisor. We got a great promoter here. I got a great coach, great family members, great people around me, and I think I demonstrated that, you know, the fight. A lot of people were doubting me, thought I was done, and I fought, you know, the perfect fight, and I'm back. I'm back to face any of these fighters. I want Leo, I want Frampton, I want Selby Lee. I know there's talks about Oscar Valdez. Let's make it. I mean, I got no problem with it.
Now, we obviously want the California trilogy between you, Leo Santa Cruz, Oscar Valdez, maybe Jojo Diaz.
Of course, that one too.
Yeah, but speak to the perfect game. I was at the fight, and I said in the post-fight conference, I said, I'm not sure if Robert Garcia is going to be trainer of the year, but game plan of the year. That game plan you fought that Saturday night quite possibly beats Leo Santa Cruz.
Definitely, I know that. I think not possibly. It will. It will be Leo Santa Cruz or any top fighter out there, because it was that perfect. You know, we worked so hard, and I managed, you know, not to fall into his fighting game. You know, great corner. It's not just coach. He's a great corner man. He tells me exactly what I have to do, what mistakes I shouldn't make. So I was happy with everything. You know, talking about Robert.
You mentioned making burgers, mustard, apple seed with a sesame seed bun, what have you. Do you think you were shortchanged in your paychecks?
Oh, big time, big time. Not just that, just the way they presented myself. How many times did you hear? And I'm gonna put it like this: how many times did you hear from my ex-promoter's mouth saying that I was their first world champion? You probably didn't even know this.
I didn't know till just now.
Exactly. I was their first homegrown champion that they made. Were they proud of it? I guess not, because they never mentioned it. They never, the only guy they always thought said it, and every press conference was Richard Schaefer, and I'm thankful for that, and that's why we have this relationship, because we connect, and he knows the type of person I am. I know the type of person he is, and we just connected, and it's just been great. It's been a roller coaster, of course. Who hasn't been in their ups? Who hasn't been in their downs? But I feel blessed that I am where I am today, and it's just moving forward.
Now, if you have the option, I'm sorry, I'm taking all these questions, guys. If you have the option, if Leo Santa Cruz wins, to fight for the belt in LA, sell out Staples Center again, or go to Belfast and fight for the money, where do you go?
I think LA. I think it's
He's like, yeah.
And I think the money will be in LA.
There you go. That answers your question too. So I think LA, because it's just that good of a fight. The first fight was just exciting, and the second one will be even more exciting, because now with working with Robert and the type of person, the mentality I have, the experience I've been through, everything is just gonna play out so well.
But if let's say Frampton wins and let's say there's an opportunity to maybe a Lee Selby fight, I agree with you. We pack our bags, and if the money is bigger over there, we go over there. Because it's about you now, and it's about you taking the biggest fights, which will secure you and your family and whatever. That's what it's about. You. It's about Abner Mares.
And he's not just saying this because we have a camera in front of us. This is exactly what type of conversations we have. There's no, hey, talk to this guy and he'll tell me. No. I talk to the man directly, and that's how it is, man. I have no problem flying over there. People's like, oh, you're fighting in his home. Yeah, I mean, maybe his country or whatever, but when it comes to fight, you're inside the ring. Nobody's home. It's both of you guys' home. You make it your house, depending on how you fight. So, I got no problem flying out there or wherever, facing anyone.
Abner, when you fought Cuellar, you had a moment over there where he called you over.
Yeah.
And you said no. And Robert told me that he told you that in the tunnel. Tell me about that.
He did. Right before we went in, he's like, hey, Abner. He was nervous, obviously, because we knew the potential that Cuellar had, the hard punching, the strength. And he told me, Abner, just don't make the mistake. I know him. I know he's going to try to tout you, and he's going to say, hey, let's make this a fight. You be smart, champ. You be smart. You tell him, no, I'm smart. And it happened. I was fighting, the guy did this, and I'm like, wait a minute. Robert told me something. Oh yeah, no, I'm smart. and I kept going.
Describe that.
And I dropped him. And you know what? And I told Robert this, and he can tell you. And I'm telling you guys right now. I think I could have, I could finish him, or maybe ask a little bit more from myself and try to finish the fight and try to go for heavy punches. But I was comfortable. I was like, no, why risk it? I threw a little flurry there. I thought that they were gonna stop it. He ran. I was like, all right, it's 11th round. Let's just finish this fight. So I had no urge of knocking him out. I think I could have, though, if I would have pressured myself, but I just thought I was fighting the perfect fight.
Abner, what do you think about Leo saying that he's going to retire if he loses this fight?
I mean, I think that's just a way of him motivating himself. Come on, you see him retiring if he loses? Nah, come on, you can fight anyway. I'll fight him even if he loses, because it's that good of a fight. It's no problem. It doesn't make you the fighter you are if you lose. It's just. It's crazy, and I'm gonna call him out. It's not his fault, but Floyd put that, that you have to be undefeated to be the best. No, you can lose. How many champions didn't lose? You know what I'm saying? It just makes you that better of a fighter, But all I'm saying is, if he loses, I'm willing to fight him. If Frampton decides to take another fight against Selby Lee and wants to make that big over there, I'll fight Leo, and we'll make our own fight over here in LA.
Is that a bad way to go into a fight with the mindset? If I'm not going to win this fight, I might retire?
I mean, yeah, it could be. I wouldn't pressure myself that much to say I'm going to retire it if I lose. But like I said, maybe he's using that as motivation. I know he was going through a lot of things his last fight with his dad being sick and all, but now his dad is doing better. So let's hope we see the best of Leo this fight.
What was that conversation like to yourself? I've had a career change in terms of being a teacher to get in film and everything, but speak to the conversation you had with yourself. Quite possibly, if you lose that fight, Abner Mares might be fighting at Velasco's per se. You know what I'm saying? I'm being 100 with you. I'm not saying under Golden Boy. I'm not saying under Golden Boy. I'm just saying you go in as the opponent now. You know, 'cause that's the way the nature is. That conversation to yourself. You got to feed your family.
Of course.
You know, you've been on the top of the game. Can you speak? What was that conversation?
I think we all go through this in life. You know, you have that moment where it's like do or die, and definitely this fight was a do or die type of fight. And yes, I sat down by myself. I thought about it. I'm like, man, if I lose this fight, it's not over, but it's back to like zero. Like you said, fighting at underground type of fights, not televised, maybe only internet type
Swing
of fights. Swing bout. There you go. But I always thought I believed in myself. You know, like I always did. I've been through it all. It's been tough. My life, everything I've been through. You know, my life. I've been married 12 years. Being married ain't easy. Tell you that much. And just everything. You know, just everything. But I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with the family I have, the support I have from my wife, my kids. My kids, man. I have an 11-year-old. She's so smart. She motivates me like you have no idea. And just having all that, it just. You know, there's no way you can't. You know, with the abilities I have, I know God-given talent that He gave me. The people I have, you know, my promoter, the managers, the team, the coach. It's gonna be that harder to lose.
I see your energy now. It's completely different than the Leo when you was coming into the Leo Santa Cruz fight. You were like trying to forcibly make him quit before the fight. It seemed like.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's just not me. I try to intimidate him a little bit, you know, maybe to make you show him that I'm better than him. I put that in myself. I'm like, I'm better than this guy. He can never beat me, not even in my bad day. And it happened. He beat me. You know, it's part of the game. He beat me. It was a tough fight. It was a close fight. But you know, you live and learn. You know, I take that as to kind of like, you know, bring me down a bit. You know, hey champ, you know. Yeah, you're good, but you shouldn't treat people like that, and you should treat them with respect. And I think I try to. I went in there. You can see it first round, second round. I want to knock him out. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't fight the perfect fight. I threw the game plan out the window and just made an exciting fight, but not the plan I should have.
How tough has it been not being able to get the rematches? That once you lose, like Leo's getting an immediate rematch.
Yeah.
How tough was it for you not being able to get those opportunities to rectify those wrongs?
It wasn't tough. Like I said, I have the great team, and they knew when. They could have put me the rematch, but why? You know, if my mind wasn't there yet, I didn't have the team that I needed yet. You know, God works in mysterious ways, and He knows when. And right now, if you put any top fighter out there, I'll beat him because I have my team. I have my A team before I did. You know, so that's what I have to say.
Do you have a time frame for when you want to get back in the ring?
As early as hopefully April, mid-April, early May. Hopefully we can make something happen.
Seems like these guys they may not want to come back quite that soon.
Yeah, we can see that. If not, if it I mean, like I said, if the fight, we have the promoter here. If we were able to make those fights, I will wait. Of course, because they're that big.
Yeah, we're going to have that conversation next week. Obviously, we want to see what happens here, and then I'm going to sit down with Abner, and then I'm going to discuss it with his advisor, with Al, to see does it make sense to maybe have a fight in April, and then, depending on what happens on Saturday, wait to get the bigger fight later on in the year, or if we can get the bigger fight earlier on. I'm talking maybe, you know, June, July, something like that. Then, you know, we'll discuss that and see if we want to wait for that and go directly into the big fight. So it really depends a bit on what happens on Saturday.
Gary Russell's out there too, but I think he has a mandatory. He has
a mandatory. Yes. So we'll decide that, I think, next week, and then we'll go and discuss it with Al and see what we can make happen.
Does Rigondeaux fit into the play at all, or belts?
Doesn't really.
There's no money.
There's no money. There's no name.
No, I mean,
the guys.
You know, as an accomplished world champion, multi-division world champion, with his name and his reputation and everything. I mean, one thing he deserves to go for the big money fights. So this is not about giving. And I understand giving some of the other guys opportunities and things like that. He's done that and he earned his way. Now it's about him getting into the biggest fights where he can make the most money.
What about Oscar Valdez? Maybe I heard that name.
Well, again, I mean, if I have a choice, if I would have a choice to have him fight a Frampton or a Santa Cruz or a Lee Selby, these are bigger fights, money-wise, unification-wise, and on for so many reasons. So that would be my first choice. Now, if those fights don't happen, then you go to the second tier where you have the Jojo Diaz or the Oscar Valdez and those guys. But I mean, at this point, again, he deserves to be in the biggest fights.
Could you conceivably put Abner in Belfast with Selby if Leo and Brent went up there?
Yeah, I think anything is possible because the kind of guy, you know, who's ready, willing, and able to pack his bags and go where the
Gotta pack 30.
Is 26 easy for you to make still?
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard. It's like anything.
What have you thought about the promotional game? You've been away for a couple of years, now you're back. What do you think happened in that time? Has it got better, worse? How did you see it?
I don't think really much happened, and that's maybe the problem. I don't think there was really any. I don't think there was really any promoter who really stepped up or stepped in, and so I'm excited to be back. And I get the feedback from the fighters. I think they're happy that I'm back, that I speak up for them on their behalf, and I look out for them, just like I've done in the past. And so it's good to be back.
Do you feel you get enough credit for what you did before, or do you think they try to take that away from you?
No, I think Oscar gets all the credit.
Yeah.
Which
is okay. I don't really care.
Can
I would just do it again.
Does that make everyone else kind of step their game up now that you're back and seeing some of the stuff
I guess so. I think, what I generally feel that the fighters, first and foremost, are really happy that I'm back, that they have somebody who speaks up on their behalf. And I think the media guys, to the large extent, are happy too, because I'm always available, accessible, and good for a quote. I'm not afraid to say, this is the way it is. But then there's the other group, the other promoters. I don't think that they are that happy that I'm back. They probably were wishing I would stay at home,
Probably worried.
continue to remodel my backyard. But that didn't happen, and so I'm happy to be back and do it again. And what Abner said, my first card, December 10th. I mean, how special is that? I mean, if that's not a sign for him to be on the very first card I promote coming back, challenging for a world title and winning the world title, just like he's done at Golden Boy, the first world champion Golden Boy ever had was Abner Mares, and the first world champion, now my new company, Ringstar, ever had is Abner Mares. How fantastic and how special is that?
Exactly.
And we'll talk about that for the rest of our life.
And we will.
Well,
because we have that relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you talked about media being happy. Mr. Childs is not catering lunch, man. You usually do 5-star lunches, man.
I know what's going on. Hey, but hold on. There's a huge mountain of roast beef there, and there is look at this food. What the hell are you talking about?
Can you speak to
Put the food on the camera. Come on.
Can you speak to the court case being dismissed yesterday? Well, we got it yesterday. I don't know when you found out, but.
No, I'm very happy, and it's good to see that once in a while the good guys win.
¿En español?
Sí, claro.
¿Cómo puedes resumir el 2016?
Fue un año muy exitoso para mí, a pesar de que nada más